it's January 22nd, and you are watching Subtrending, the go-to show for the latest and greatest in geek news. And I am back! This is the first time I've done a show in weeks, and this is weird, but I'm so excited, and this is a new set for me, and I am so overwhelmed with emotions right now.
It's the first show you've been on the whole new set, right?
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Yeah, so I know you're an old pro at this now, but yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. The first thing that we're going to talk about is Logan. We have another trailer that came out this past week, another Red Band trailer, so we got a little bit of gore in there, and it looked really good. Once again, major Last of Us vibes.
Oh,
but
yeah, definitely.
What did you end up thinking about it?
I think it looks really interesting. Like you said, I really got a lot of Last of Us vibes from it. Mm-hmm. It's still a little bit hard to tell kind of where the movie's headed, but I like that. We see a lot of the action, get a little taste for it, but the plot isn't getting away at all.
Yeah, it's like you really get the tone, I feel like, from the movie, especially with the music choices and just some of the shots, like with...
the music's great.
Oh, the music is amazing. But I do, like, once again, you don't really get, like, where did X-23 come from? Like, who wants her and why? Right. And I like that we're going to get to go into that movie with lots of questions, because with a lot of... these superhero movies, I feel like we go in kind of knowing, okay, so this is the bad guy, this is this, and it's nice to have a little bit of surprise in there.
Definitely. And, it's some, like, last year's X-Men Apocalypse, like,
yeah.
Obviously you can kind of guess what's going to happen based off the name. It's not like the villain Apocalypse is going to, want to set up a really nice trust fund and funnel money into it, like,
Yeah.
But this one, there's a little bit of ambiguity to it, like that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. But like I said, the real thing that shines with these trailers to me definitely is the tone, that kind of like Johnny Cash, rugged, like wastelandy sort of vibe. I don't know, maybe something like that though, and I really dig it. I think it's going to be really cool. So
now, Andrew was saying that Hugh Jackman has stated that this is not going to be within the canon of the Fox X-Men movies. Yeah,
which is kind of unusual. So it's like, and I guess in saying that, it doesn't necessarily mean that this movie is canon and the other ones are kind of disregarded. It's more the opposite, as far as like, this is just kind of a one-off thing. And yeah, it's kind of different that a movie would do that, because we've obviously seen different universes with movies, like different Batman universes and things like that. But this is the first time that it's like the same actor, but it's kind of a one-shot deal. And that's unusual.
I guess I don't want to always jump back to this, but it's kind of almost like the opposite of what Marvel Studios is doing with their very connected universe. Like the X-Men universe right now with Fox is just so fragmented, in that you have like the original trilogy, then you have like the First Class stuff, the Wolverine standalone movies, and then they bring things back, kind of rebooted almost with what was the one? Days of Future Past.
Oh, yeah.
Which they've pretty much done nothing with since then. And now this movie, which it just seems like there's so much just out there, and they're just constantly throwing stuff at the wall and nothing is sticking.
Which is funny, because I've never really thought about it too much, but like, you're totally right. And what's funny is like, it almost shows that maybe Fox is being the most true to comics in the way that it's just everywhere.
That's
and you're like,
point.
Yeah, I don't know. So maybe that's intentional. Maybe it's
like, I like a lot of the movies. It's not that I don't like them. It's just like each of them, there's just such a weird lack of cohesion amongst them, when it wouldn't be that hard to,
No, definitely. It's something, like I said, I'm glad that you brought that up, because it's something that I haven't thought of, but like, that's definitely true. The continuity. I mean, I've thought about the continuity issues with all the different X-Men movies, but it's interesting to look at it like from further back and kind of see that. So I don't know.
Just Deadpool, which don't even get me started. Like,
don't even get me started on Deadpool, Thomas.
I'm not saying I don't like it. It's just once again, like, how does that fit in?
Yeah. No, definitely. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm excited for Logan, to get back to that. I'm excited to see what they're going to do. And good on Fox for keeping the rights to their characters, as it looks like Sony is getting closer and closer to losing theirs. So I don't know if Andrew sent a little message to the group chat.
The group chat today. That's exciting.
So we might get the Fantastic Four and Spider-Man back in the MCU.
If that looks more like a possibility, we're gonna have to have Philly come on here sometime to talk about his Fantastic Four movie idea.
Oh yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I would really love for Reed Richards to join in with the Avengers. So like that's what I'm crossing my fingers and hoping for. That'd be sweet.
Very cool.
But yeah, we'll move on. We'll get to talking about some other things. All right, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is more superhero news, which that's kind of the name of the game on this show. And we're going to talk about and we're going to talk about Green Lantern Corps. So that's the new movie that's going to be coming out in a couple years here, part of the whole DC universe thing. Universe, yeah, you know,
attempt.
You guys know how it is.
Universe attempt.
Yeah, universe attempt. That's the best way to put it. So as you guys, I'm sure know, last Green Lantern movie didn't do so well. So that's why it's really interesting with this movie, which it's going to be the Green Lantern Corps. So we're going to have Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart in it. Hal Jordan, just for a little bit of background for you guys, he's going to have been a Green Lantern for a little bit longer when Jon Stewart, maybe newcomer hotshot, comes around and also becomes a Green Lantern.
Not of the Daily Show, by the way.
Not of the Daily Show. Yeah, no, that can throw people off. But yeah, so we're going to have a little bit older Hal Jordan, and the people who they're looking at casting, with Hal Jordan, the casting list is very strange, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, let's just jump into that. Tom Cruise, that's one of the names.
Please no.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Please no.
Okay, I know that I'm just gonna come across as ageist. I'm totally gonna come across as ageist. But what I was gonna say is I just seeing him in The Mummy and seeing him trying to be like that young, with a 30-year-old woman action hero when he's in his 50s, it's just kind of weird and cringy to me a little bit. So the idea of him being a Green Lantern and him probably still being cast aside a 30-year-old woman who's supposed to be his love interest, I'm just I don't know. So maybe actually the bigger issue is that they put him with, they almost try to camouflage him in these younger roles instead of making him an older action seasoned hero. I don't know.
I just don't think he's right for the role.
Yeah, that too.
And it kind of has that. It just seems like with a lot of the DC movies, DC's really kind of going for big Hollywood names for mass appeal, as opposed to casting actors that they should actually be casting. Mm-hmm. We're seeing that with the possibility of Megan Fox's Poison Ivy, which we were talking about earlier. I don't know. Maybe you guys like it. Talk in the comments if you think it's a good idea. Tell us why, because I really like to hear that side of the argument. But to me, that just seems like they're going for a big name, nothing else.
Yeah. No, and it's in to go off of that, I think that really they only need, it's in the way that some movies do it, is you get one big name Hollywood actor. And they have that with Ben Affleck. They have a big Hollywood staple in there. And it's now fill the rest of these roles up with people who are well suited for the role. And they did that with Gal Gadot. I think that she's a great Wonder Woman, and she really wasn't a big name person. She's had a few roles here and there, but nothing, she's not Jennifer Lawrence, which, oh my God, just thinking about if they cast Jennifer Lawrence as Wonder Woman makes me die inside a little bit. So I'm glad. Yeah, that would be horrible. No offense if you like Jennifer Lawrence. It's just, that would be a very bad role.
No, I don't have anything against her. It's just, that would mean that Gal Gadot is then no longer Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly. She's perfect. I love her. I'm so excited for that movie. Other names on the casting list, we have Joel McHale of Community fame.
Can I just be honest? He's my favorite on the list, I think.
Yeah, I think he's mine too.
Very weird choice, but I think the Green Lantern movie kind of has to be cool, but not take itself too seriously, kind of like Community.
Yeah.
I think Joel McHale can kind of do that.
That's kind of what I'm thinking too, is he has that sort of attitude that I feel like could be good for that movie. And I think, and actually we'll get into this next one, I think that he kind of has that Ryan Reynolds almost personality, but maybe a little bit less obnoxious as Ryan Reynolds. And so maybe that is kind of what they're looking for to kind of fit in with that. Because, Ryan Reynolds was cast last time, so it's that kind of personality seems like maybe what they're going for.
Right.
And speaking of Ryan Reynolds, he's back on the list. Even after he did the original Green Lantern movie, they're looking at him again.
I don't know how serious that is.
Yeah.
But why?
I know. Yeah, it's that. It just seems... And to be honest, he has Deadpool. I know we kind of talked about that a little bit. He has the Deadpool movies. He's doing those. I don't really think that he's going to want to jump back into a superhero movie franchise that kind of abandoned him and pointed a lot of blame at him whenever things started going south with it.
And he seems to not really look that favorably back on it
No.
either. Even if he does manage to be Green Lantern again and does just a great job with it, even then, you've got this weird continuity issue of him being two different Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know.
And
Maybe
that's
I'm
bizarre
weird
too.
about that, but that kind of bothers me. Like,
Though it is DC, they don't give a shit like about continuity issues. So
they and Fox apparently.
yeah,
But,
both of them.
As long as they're making good movies.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the last two names that we have on the list are Armie Hammer and Jake Gyllenhaal. Both interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal seems a little intense for that role, I feel like. But maybe he could do it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've been trying to picture him all day ever since I heard that. I can't picture him in that role. But you know what? Sometimes that's the best people.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, just to throw a very obvious one out there, like Heath Ledger is the Joker.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Ben Affleck is Batman.
Yeah.
Again, like sometimes the oddball ones are just great casting choices.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that Heath Ledger's Joker is always a great one to use because it is such a, the guy from 10 Things I Hate About You is the Joker, what? And it worked. It worked really well. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe Jake Gyllenhaal. And honestly, I don't know a lot about Armie Hammer, so I don't either.
I'm trying to picture him right now. So
I know.
Emily told me who he was today, and I forgot again after she told me that. So I'm sure he's in something.
Maybe he's perfect. Maybe he's the one, and we just both aren't remembering what he's in, and he's the golden chosen one. Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay, and for our last topic, we are actually leaving the realm of superheroes. That's always very impressive on this show. It's either superheroes or space.
We didn't talk about them at all last week.
Oh, really? Oh, no, I guess you guys didn't. You guys talked about gaming, basically. Like, that was the majority of the show.
Gaming and slightly our next topic, too.
Yeah. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is anime. Did I say that already?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
Now
well,
you know.
I did.
You know twice, maybe.
Yeah. It's a surprise for you and me when I go back and edit this show later. Well, no, it's not a surprise for you. I don't know what I'm saying. We're just going to keep going. Anyway, so we're going to talk about anime a little bit. And what we're going to talk about is how Your Name, which actually is the highest grossing animated movie in Japan right now, it actually surpassed Miyazaki's films, is coming to America, which is a pretty cool thing. And it's part of a larger trend of seeing more of an interest in America with anime. We're seeing the Ghost in the Shell movie come out later this year, live action based on an anime. We're seeing a Attack on Titan series potentially in the works, and we're also seeing Death Note. I'd say the Death Note's the last one with Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I cannot remember. As Rook. So pretty interesting stuff. And I don't know, what do you think about it, Thomas? As somebody who recently has gotten kind of into, I don't want to say into, not, but you've started watching anime. Like you just finished Death Note a few months ago, probably.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like. Here's the thing. I like that it's becoming more popular here because right now it's not that accessible. Like, yeah. Without, Crunchyroll or the anime strike that we talked about last week. Like, I watched Death Note, and that's really been it for the past, several months. Like, there's other shows that I do want to watch, but I just don't really have a good way to get to them right now. Yeah. So, yeah, it's cool that they're looking to bring more stuff in, for sure. Yeah, definitely. And I think that this will, because even importing games and stuff like that for any, like Andrew was actually talking with us earlier, and the Sword Art Online game was actually one of the most popular games on the Vita. There we go. That's what I was gonna say. Last year, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that a game based on an anime was one of the top games for the year. And that's not because of the importing issues. Like, there's a lot of times that we don't get games like that over here, or we do, but it's a super limited stock, and then we end up having to pay $120 on them on eBay. So, pretty cool stuff. And I'm excited for things like that to be more accessible. And I think that Scarlett Johansson as playing the Major in the Ghost in the Shell movie, like, it might make people who would never watch an anime go out to the theaters and watch it, for better or worse, as far as that casting choice goes. Yeah, say you will about the casting choice. We talked about that in one of our first shows, last year, 2016. We were kind of against it, but I can kind of see it, like with Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. Like, I honestly would not have watched Death Note if I didn't know that it was getting a movie with Willem Dafoe. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool. I want to see who his character's like. And I watched the first episode, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch all 36 episodes. Yeah. So, no, yeah. I completely agree. Like, shitty that we don't have an Asian person playing the Major, for sure. But at the same time, I get it. I can play devil's advocate on that one, even though I get both sides. And I think that Willem Dafoe, though, I think that he's a great choice for Ruth. It'd be nice if they could use well-known Asian actors and actresses in the West to, kind of cross over the best of both worlds. Really.
Well, that's why, like, one of the things that I freaking love about Star Wars is taking big name actors from other countries, bringing them over here, and it's like these people are obviously really great because they're big names in their home countries, and like it's just proving like, hey, like we need to get these people in these major American movies because they're awesome actors and actresses. They're fantastic. Like, first one that comes to mind is Donnie Yen.
Oh, Donnie Yen is huge.
He's one of the top action stars. And he was amazing in Star Wars. He did a great job in Rogue One. And even Diego Luna. As much I love him, but no, he's actually really big in Mexico also, and he did a fantastic job in Rogue One as well. So I think actually probably the weakest person in Rogue One is probably Felicity Jones, and even she did a good job, but I would say she's probably the weakest of the main people.
She was surprisingly not my favorite character.
Yeah.
It was good across the board.
Yeah, it was, but no, and I just think that we should take more of initiative to do that. But as far as it goes with the whole anime thing that we were originally talking about, I'm really
somehow we brought it back to Star Wars.
It just always goes there, man. That's what these guys up here are for. Imperial Salt, Jabba's realm.
Diego Luna would be happy.
Oh yeah, I want to touch Jabba. So I hope if you guys haven't seen that, I'm gonna link that in the description because it's freaking amazing. But yeah, I think that wraps us up for today's show.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Back. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm excited to be back. It's fantastic, and the set looks amazing, and I'm really excited. We actually have another set behind this set that we haven't pulled out yet.
Yeah, we're about to use that for the first time pretty soon here.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty exciting. So thank you
Didn't
guys.
even know that was happening.
No, did I reveal like too many secrets, too many subtrendy secrets? Now I have to murder the camera. I gave it weird eyes. I don't know. I'm sorry, guys, and I'm really sorry if you're listening on podcasts because now you're just dealing with me being weird. Anyway, speaking of which, we have podcasts. Yeah, and we're on iTunes now. So if you are listening to this on iTunes, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, it seems like we've become self-aware at this point.
Yeah, it's getting a little meta in here. All right, so we really are going to wrap it up now. Thank you guys so much for listening to our ramblings. And if you like what you're hearing, be sure to subscribe, like us, check us out at our website at subtrendy.com. Check us out at Facebook. Just type in Subtrendy. We're the only thing there because we definitely checked before taking this name for our site. So, yeah, and we will see you guys next week.